Hey y'all, welcome to Moments with Missy. If you are new here, if you have been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. In today's video, we are reviewing day 305 of our one-year Bible reading challenge. If you are new, you can access the free resources that are in the description box below, and I encourage you to join me so that you can begin to grow in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of God's Word for your life's journey. If you strayed away from the faith and you are now finding your way back, I encourage you to join me as well so that you can begin to grow in increased knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of God's Word so that you can have increased discernment this go around. God will meet each and every one of you wherever you are. So join me by clicking the subscribe button and let's jump right in and get started for the day. So the scriptures for day 305 are coming from John chapter 18 verses 1 through 2, Mark chapter 14 verses 32 through 42, Matthew chapter 26 verses 36 through 46, Luke chapter 22 verses 39 through 46, Mark chapter 14 verses 43 through 52, Matthew chapter 26 verses 47 through 56, Luke chapter 22 verses 47 through 53, and John chapter 18 verses 3 through 24. And my standout for day 305 is coming from Matthew chapter 26 verses 45 and 52 through 56. My takeaway for day 305 is, based on today's reading, God is saying to me, without darkness, the light wouldn't have its hour. Some uncomfortable and unfortunate things must be allowed to happen for the light of God to prevail and break what is not of God. And once again, that standout is coming from Matthew chapter 26, verses 45 and 52 through 56. And that reads, "Then he returned to the disciples and said to them, 'Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour has come, and the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners.'" Moving on to verses 52 through 56, and that reads, "Put your sword back in its place," Jesus said to him, "for all who draw the sword will die by the sword. Do you think I cannot, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm reading without my glasses. Do you think I cannot call on my Father, and he will at once put at my disposal more than 12 legions of angels? But how then would the scriptures be fulfilled that say it must happen in this way?" In that hour, Jesus said to the crowd, Am I leading a rebellion, that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I sat in the temple courts teaching, and you did not arrest me. But this has to take place, this all has taken place, that the writings of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples deserted him and fled. So in the scriptures, we have Jesus who was talking, and this is at the time when he is being arrested. This is after he was in Gethsemane in the garden praying before he was captured, and he had James, John, and Peter with him, and he was telling them to keep watch and pray as he was walking away, praying to the Lord, and asking the Lord, if this cup be able to be taken away from me, take it away, because ultimately Jesus was flesh on earth. He was God in flesh on earth. So he felt the same things that we feel and go through. So imagine knowing, like, I have to literally die. I have to be killed. I have to experience pain of death, and not even a sudden death, but a torturing death, a death that no man or woman on this earth could even fathom experiencing. But Jesus Christ experienced that for you and me, y'all. But imagine what he went through, like thinking he knows that this is what's going to happen. Like he's been prophesying his death all this time. And now the time has come for that to happen. And so he's praying to God, like, God, if this cup not be for me, take it away. Like if we could do this some other way, take it away. But if this be your will, Lord, then let it be done. And so at that point in time, they've captured him. And I don't think it says it in this book, because we know in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they're all in, what's the word, Lord? They are all recounts, personal recounts of the ministry of Jesus Christ and the disciples' time with Jesus. But I noticed in reading the scriptures this week that in only one, from what I saw of the Gospels, they mentioned that the person that cut the soldier's ear was Peter. And in most, it'll just say, like in this one, I believe it says, one of Jesus's companions reached for his sword, drew, and this is in verse 50, which wasn't part of our standout. But in verse 50, it says, one of Jesus's companions, I'm sorry, you all. Verse 51, one of Jesus's companions reached for his sword, drew it out, and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. And so when that happened, that is when Jesus spoke and was like, don't you think that I could have my Father have his angels, his legions of angels come down right now and, take care of everything? But this must happen so that the scriptures can be fulfilled. It has to happen this way. He also states that the word of the prophets, this must happen. Sorry, I'm getting so close because I don't have my glasses on because there was a glare from the sun, and I'm trying to just watch the time. So I make sure we're not losing time. But so in my takeaway is saying that some uncomfortable and unfortunate things must be allowed to happen for the light of God to prevail, to break what is not of God. This Jesus's sacrifice had to be done to break death, to break sin. And sometimes that has to happen. And I hope that brings understanding